last week, and it was actually on Thursday, the 27th of February. So we're going to break this down in terms of the power of three first. So what we had, let's go to the higher time frame and see what we had. So on the higher time frame, it's important to understand your basic market structure from a higher time frame perspective. Then we go down to a lower time frame perspective. So we had a structural low here, and we had a structural high over here. So this, in fact, is our dealing range. So we have a dealing range low, and we have a dealing range high. So notice how we have our 50% hit level here, and we're looking for fair value gaps that are below the 50%. This was going to be our target, right? So just a quick one on this. How do I find my POIs? How do I find my points of interest? How do I find areas that I want to be targeting on the lower time frame? So we had this big fair value gap over here, but we had the POI. So this is how I mark out my POI. It is essentially the last candle before the big push, which leaves an imbalance. To make this very clear, this is the fair value gap over here. So the fair value gap is in blue, and this is going to be our POI. So what we were looking for, my bias going into this week was bearish. And the reason it was bearish is because I was actually looking for price to do this. I wanted to see price come down into this area before filling it and then moving to the upside. So remember, when we're looking on the higher time frame, there's two things we look at. We first look at where we are in terms of premium and discount. Here we were pretty much at the 50% level, so we were at the equilibrium, but we've come from a premium into a discount. And the second thing we target is basically fair value gaps. So we look for fair value gaps in the discount, and we target them from the premium. This is a basic higher time frame kind of narrative that I use. This is my basic logic from the higher time frames. Now from here, when we go down to the 15-minute time frame, right? So the 15-minute time frame, of course,